Are you interested in having a home birth, but you feel overwhelmed by all the fears running through your head? If so, you're not alone, and choosing a home birth is not a decision to be made lightly. But I do like to encourage people. There are several reasons why it's not nearly as terrifying as you might think that it is. In the state where I live, every mom is required to have 2 risk assessments if she wants to have a home birth. One of these is done pretty early on in pregnancy, and all of the risk assessments are done by nurse practitioners, nurse midwives, or doctors, and they're just ruling out, like, are there any issues with you that they need to be worried about? What were your previous births like? And are there any issues with your current baby that make them think that having a home birth is not safe? And then, so they'll do that at the beginning of their pregnancy, and they'll do it again at 36 weeks to make sure that everything still checks out. And with these risk assessments, if anything is ever too concerning at any point, a mom can always be transferred over to the care of an OB. And oftentimes, if that's already been far along in pregnancy for the mom and the mom knows the midwife well, the midwife will offer to just be a doula for the hospital birth, so she'll still be there for birth coaching and support, even though she wouldn't be in the provider role. One of the big things that many moms are afraid of when it comes to a home birth is how they will manage pain during labor. And I just want to say this is totally valid. I get it. It was my biggest concern when I was thinking about a home birth, even though I had already seen lots of births myself. I didn't know how it would feel in my own body. I did, however, personally have the experience that the labor pains were not really nearly as bad as I thought that they were going to be. I had actually worked them out to be more difficult in my head than they were in reality. And I do like to remind people that that is very much a possibility. It might be worse in your head than it is in reality. But all in all, you don't know what you're going to get ultimately when you decide to labor at home without any drugs. And so you do still have to be willing to own it. And you can. It's totally possible. I have lots of friends who have chosen to give birth naturally without any drugs in the hospital setting. And I think that's amazing. That's what they wanted to do. So great for them. I do want to say, though, that I think that managing the labor pains at home is actually a lot easier than managing them in the hospital without drugs. And there are several reasons for this. One of those is just that you're already in your most comfortable environment when you're at home. You have full control. You can move, you can make noise, you can walk to different rooms, you can get in the shower, you can get in the tub, you can do whatever you like in your own home. You also have a midwife present who knows so many tools and resources for helping you manage your pain. And these include hip squeeze, where she puts her hands on your back rubs, water therapy, specific positions, coaching through each contraction. There are so many things that they can do for you. And then, of course, another benefit to giving birth at home that keeps you more relaxed during labor and birth is that you don't have to give birth on your back. I would say the other major fear that many moms have when thinking about a home birth is what happens with birth complications. That's a great question. Of course, no one in any environment with any qualifications behind their name can 100% guarantee you a smooth birth. However, the good news is that midwives are trained in things like neonatal resuscitation and what to do during hemorrhaging, and they have all the tools with them. Most people don't realize just how equipped midwives really are in handling these complications. One of the biggest advantages that midwives have in terms of dealing with complications that even OBs don't have is how well they know you, because they've been with you all throughout your pregnancy and they've spent an hour with you at each prenatal appointment. They know you well, and so that gives them the opportunity to anticipate the issues that might arise and to also notice things before they start to happen or right at the beginning stages, because they notice the changes in your body Midwives also are, of course, regularly certified in neonatal resuscitation, and they can always call other midwives for a second opinion. They use fetal monitoring, and they have backup plans for hospital transfers if necessary. I do want to say that I'm in no way a proponent of every mom having a home birth. There's no way that would ever work. But I do like to shed light on some of the main issues that moms have fear over when it comes to birth. For such a long time, our culture has made us terrified of giving birth and what that experience is like in our own bodies. But we are so much stronger than what we think we are, and we're made for this. Like, we're designed to give birth and bring life into the world. So you can do it. Whatever decision you make, you got it.